Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we are back with some more of Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard in the Elder Scrolls Online Greymoor Dark Heart of Skyrim special. I'm just getting set up. So what we're going to do today is we're going to jump into the main quest, because I've pretty much finished all of the overworld quests except for two of the Delve overworld quests, which I can do at any point. So we're going to jump into the main quest today. I'm not going to take this quest right here at first, because I actually found there is a letter hidden in the Blue Palace that is addressed to your character. I think it's supposed to actually be the start of this quest. I think that letter's supposed to be in Windhelm, but I cannot find it in Windhelm. So I'm going to try accessing that letter and see if it doesn't unlock some different dialogue because it's the way it's set up. So yeah, that's what we're going to do first today. So as always, I do appreciate anyone who wants to jump in the chat and have a conversation. Other than that, I'll probably just end up talking to myself or making random comments. So if you don't mind that, that's fine. But if you want to hear me have a more detailed information, yeah, we'll have a little conversation in the chat. Anyways, let's head up to Solitude and just look how beautiful Solitude is. 2,000, well over 1,000 years before the events of Skyrim. It's like, ooh. I question why they decided to make Solitude a load zone, though. Like most of the others, I think all of the other cities in this game are not load zones.
I'm starting to think the Skald King is invincible. Not even poison can kill the smug bastard.
No, the Skald King is pretty tough. Look how beautiful this place is. This is the Seeking Brave Souls and Able Bodies, which is the quest that starts the daily quest, which I've already started the daily quest, so it's fine. Took the Libron at the Bard's College, travel through the Nequian Circle. You know, we may as well quickly do this. It's fine.
What's this? A new antiquarian?
No, that's not what I'm here for. No.
You're here. Don't worry, I have your pay. I'm just finishing my notes. Though, if I'm being honest, I'm not as confident as I once was that my theory is correct. How can I really know that my spell worked?
Is there any way to test it?
Not really. My whole theory depends on the idea that a dragon buried in that mound could conceivably rise from the dead. We know necromancers can raise human skeletons, so why not dragons? That's what my ward is supposed to stop.
Yeah, and that doesn't stop them. It may stop them coming back from as undead, but what if they come back to fully to life, like reincarnate, like complete and total? Okay, we're getting into Skyrim spoilers here, people. Hey, Joe, welcome to the stream. But you don't know for sure.
No. I researched thoroughly to make it unbreakable, but I just don't know if it worked. I expected some kind of reaction, but there was nothing. I don't know. What do you think? How should I present my findings to the Circle?
Okay, should I say trust yourself? If you believe in your theory, let others know, or caution is best. Say what you've done, but don't jump to conclusions. For a refresher, this is the lady that we helped seal a dragon barrow to try to prevent a dragon from rising again from the dead. Don't jump to conclusions, okay.
You're right. I may not like it, but it's true. I'm sure I cast a good ward, but there are just too many unknowns. I don't want to seem overconfident or brash. I'll tell Gabrielle everything I learned, but I'll let her decide what to make of it.
That seems wise.
Now, I I need to get up the nerve to report my findings. Part of that includes telling Gabrielle that I went against her wishes. Hopefully she'll go easy on me. Thank you for listening, and for all your help.
I wish you luck with that. Gabrielle doesn't have very much patience. I wish
Wait,
you luck.
we're not done yet. I promised you compensation for your help, and I'm a Breton of my word. I know it's not much, but take this. And may we never see dragons over solitude.
Well,
Really, you should think about joining the Antiquarian Circle. You have a knack for this sort of thing.
well, I mean, not in your lifetime anyways, but we will see dragons flying over Solitude eventually. That's inescapable. I was hoping to see Gabriel, but I guess you can't see Gabriel unless you do the little quest here. Honestly, you know, it may not hurt to go ahead and do the quest. You know, let's go ahead and do the quest. That way I can show off what it looks
brings
like.
A sturdy hero like you to the Gwylem Annex? I can't imagine you're looking for a book. Then again, I do see a glimmer of curiosity in your eyes. Perhaps you seek admission to the Antiquarian Circle.
The Antiquarian Circle?
The University of Gwylem's most prestigious historical society. We scour the continent for lost antiquities, collecting and cataloging as we go. We've made hundreds of discoveries, thanks in no small part to our scrying tool, the Antiquarian's Eye.
The Antiquarian's Eye?
An invention of our university's founder, Terrain Fire. It allows the wielder's mind to travel vast distances and find buried relics, truths lost to history. Gazing into the eye requires both skill and talent. How talented are you, I wonder?
Let's find out. How do I begin?
Admission to the circle begins easily enough. Just place your hand on the Antiquarian's Eye. If you possess the aptitude, you will attune to the eye immediately. If you don't possess the aptitude, the eye will reject you. Couldn't be simpler.
What can you tell me about the Antiquarian's Eye?
It's a magnificent device, alien in origin. As I said before, our university's founder, Terrain Fire, developed it along with countless other scholarly tools. Alas, he died before we could demonstrate the object's true potential.
What does it do exactly?
It homes in on objects of historical import, much like a bloodhound, without all the baying and drooling, of course. We still don't fully understand how it determines an item's value. Just more proof of our founder's genius, I suppose.
How many of these devices do you have?
We recovered several from a vault in Elenir. It seems Sage Fire intended for the university's best and brightest to continue his work after he was gone. It took longer than he would have liked, I'm sure. But I fully intend to honor his legacy.
Oh, what is the goal of the Antiquarian Circle exactly?
We seek the truth above all else. Written histories rarely give an honest accounting of the past, so we go straight to the source. Relics, curios, even ancient bric-a-brac. Anything that can teach us more about the myriad cultures of Tamriel.
Are the relics you find valuable?
I assume you mean commercially valuable? Yes, you can keep any relics you recover and do with them what you will. The Circle's chief concern is cataloging the discoveries and learning what we can from them. Everyone benefits from the arrangement.
Okay, and what is the University of Gwynland?
It's a school, of course.
Man, she's
The
so
very
snooty.
best by any credible assessment. At least it was. What I wouldn't give to walk those halls again. This frigid annex is a very poor substitute. Very poor indeed.
Did you teach there?
For a time, I studied there as well. Despite all of Cyrodiil's struggles, I really did believe we could weather the storm. But war has far-reaching consequences, even for those who want no part in it. Especially for those who want no part in it.
So you established a new annex here?
Here and elsewhere, the faculty scattered to the winds when the plane meld took hold. Fortunately, most of us survived, and we write each other constantly. I wound up in Skyrim somehow. As frozen wastelands go, it's really quite pleasant.
Still, I think maybe if you were a little less snooty, you wouldn't have ended up in Skyrim.
Impressive. rarely see such an energetic attunement.
Yeah, look at that blue light.
Well, well, well. It seems I underestimated you. With a reaction like that, you may well rival Gabrielle, our most accomplished antiquarian. I wonder what secrets you might find gazing through the eye.
Let's find out. How does it work?
In a hurry, are we? We'll teach you to use the eye in due course. First, do you vow to uphold the principles and traditions of the Circle, to catalog your discoveries for future generations, and give a true accounting of Tamriel's history?
I do. I want to join the Inequian Circle.
An excellent decision. Mastering the eye is no small endeavor. But with Gabriel's tutelage and my rigorous oversight, we may make a true scholar of you yet. Welcome to the Circle, Antiquarian.
Complete quest.
Now then, we should begin your education in earnest. I suggest you speak with Gabrielle Benelli. I can provide some scholarly advice, but when it comes to using the Antiquarian's eye itself, you'll find no better teacher than Gabrielle.
Where's Gabrielle?
Downstairs, poring over more maps and tomes, no doubt. Honestly, the girl never stops working. I'd almost think she was trying to make the rest of us look bad if she wasn't so confoundedly cheerful. At any rate, she'll get you sorted.
Alright, I'll go downstairs and speak to Gabrielle.
Speak with me again once Gabrielle's taught you the basics. I know I can come across as chilly, but truthfully, I'm anxious to get you into the field.
Why can't you teach me how to use the eye?
Because I'm not a mage. Don't make a face. I never said I possess the aptitude. We all contribute to the Circle in our own way. You may wield the eye, but rest assured, my skill as a writer is no less important.
How does your writing contribute to the Circle?
Not just writing. Few can match my knowledge of ancient history, aside from those who lived through it all, like that insufferable dark elf Devaith Fear. You may find these relics, but it's incumbent upon me to tell you what they are.
Devaith Fear. That name strikes, hold on, that name is familiar to me. Let me double check that name real quick. Where do I know that name from? Whoa, he's alive in this time period? How is that possible? Yeah, House Tavani. He's not in Skyrim, but he's like 4,000 years old. Good gracious. He was a chimer, too. That guy's ancient. Is he here? Probably not. He's probably in the Morrowind DLC. Oh, she's downstairs. Gabrielle.
Oh, it's you. What a welcome surprise. By Mara, that business with Angoff feels like lifetimes ago. I'm glad to see you're still in good health. So, Farida gave you an antiquarian's eye, eh? You mean to join the Antiquarian Circle?
What have you been doing since we last met?
Searching mostly. I couldn't rest knowing Darian was still out there, trapped in the colored rooms. I want to help him, speak to him somehow, you know? But it's just not that simple.
You think the Inequies will help you find Darian?
Maybe. To be honest, it started with Ayleid research. I had a theory that Ayleid relics from Meridia-aligned tribes might grant me access to the colored rooms, or at least let me contact someone held there. This led me to the Antiquarian's eye.
But the eye can't find people, can it?
No, just objects. Fortunately, it's allowed me to continue my research into the aliens. It's even given me a few other routes of inquiry. Meridia's shrine on Mount Kilcreath, for instance. I've got to believe something out there can help us.
I'll keep searching too.
Thanks. We'll find him. It's just a matter of time.
Okay, well.
Oh, it's you. Wow, really? That's uncharacteristically gracious of her. Huh. Well, anyway, let's get started. It all begins with concentration. The eye wants to show you what you seek. So, clear your thoughts, and conjure up a picture of the relic in your mind.
So, I need to have a relic in mind, then what?
The exciting part. Gaze into the eye and focus on the facets in the glass. Take a breath and try to unify the symbols into a single pattern. Eventually, you'll stop looking at the lens and start looking through it. Why don't we just give it a try?
Fair enough. I'll try using the Nequian's eye.
Don't fret. I mean, sure, it's not as if we're learning to boil rice down here, but someone with your innate talents should take to the process quite well. And like most things, you'll only improve with practice.
Alright. So what we do is you go to Journal and Antiquities, and we're going to go for Gabrielle's Bottle of Proving, which is a test one. So we're going to go boom. Alright, so how these puzzles work, you see these little patterns. Your goal is to get the focal points. And usually there are 6, but because it's a training one, there is only the one. You have a certain number of turns to complete the grid, and there's a few special moves you can do. So, but this is a fairly simple one. You just click on this one, and then you click on this one. You claim the foci. These special faucets help you narrow your search. I did not let me finish reading that. And see, it shows you where you're going to go, which is outside. So we're going to go right outside and find the dig site. I must think I went out the wrong way. I did in fact go out the wrong way. Ugh. Alright, so see this little pile here with it slightly glowing? Excavation time. Alright, so now that you've found an antiquity site, you'll need to excavate it without breaking it. Using the Nequian's eye to locate objects, then use the provided tools to remove the dirt around it. So for example, we're going to press X to look, and see this gold mark means that we are close to the iniquity. It is either 1 or 2 spaces away. So let's, for example, okay, so we know that's not the right direction, neither is that. But there we go. You see the green square? The green square means that we are right on top of it. There we go. The bottle of proving has been uncovered. You can try to find bonus items. There's some gold, I think, down here somewhere. Yep, there. Nope, a little treasure piece. I found a vial of perfumed rogue.
There you have it. You're a proper antiquarian now. Seems you have quite a knack for it, too. Just keep practicing with the antiquarian's eye and master those digging techniques. I'm confident you'll be recovering priceless relics in no time.
What should I do next?
I'd report back to Verida and let her know you successfully extracted your first antiquity. Don't expect too much in the way of praise, but trust me, she'll be ecstatic. Once you've checked in, start looking for relics. No time like the present, eh?
Alright. And like I said, I'm doing this on my main character, so I won't be doing a whole lot of it on this character. I just wanted to really show off how it worked for you guys, so that way it might help decide if you want to jump in and try it yourself. It's actually really relaxing once you get the process down pat.
I trust your time with Gabrielle was illuminating.
Yeah, she taught me how to use the Nequian's tools.
Excellent. I had a good feeling about you, and as usual, I was right. From now on, consider yourself free to pursue any antiquities that interest you. We will catalog your findings for study, and together we will uncover the mysteries of this world.
Complete quest.
You have a great deal of work to do, antiquarian. Wouldn't you agree? We're all quite busy, truth be told, but I suppose I can make more time.
Hey, Hydro, how are you?
Is there something I can help you with?
Alright. Nope, we are good to go. Sleepy, I understand. I ended up staying out really late doing the Imperial Sewers last night after I left your place. What time did Sean end up leaving?
What is it?
10:30, 11ish, yeah. Hopefully it wasn't raining too bad when he left, so, because I knew it was supposed to, there was a chance of, yeah, I got up a little later myself than normal, so. See, this is a letter from Lyris. I'm pretty sure this isn't not supposed to be here. Yeah, partner, we've gathered evidence that the Ice Reach witches are behind the Herald Storms. I'm headed to Solitude to inform Queen Gerard. She seems reasonable and she can keep me from starting a war. High King Sovereign continues to refuse to see me. Meet me in Solitude and we can talk with her together. Lyris Titanborn. Like I said, I'm fairly certain that one's supposed to be available in Windhelm, but it is not, so. Also, that one doesn't seem to start up the quest either, which is strange. Oh well, it was worth the experiment. Yeah, it was raining pretty bad this morning when I woke up. It's slowed down a little bit now, but it was pouring pretty good outside my house, my apartment earlier before I started streaming. See, I know he'll show up next to the Way Shrine. There he is. Hey, Brundle, I'm sorry I made you bleed out for so long.
There's no time. Take this. Keep it safe.
Wait, what are you giving me?
Information. The Ice Reach Coven. At work in the west. Just need more proof. Go! They're coming!
Who's coming? The ones who attacked you?
Don't trust them. Only Lyris. She's...
Hold on. No.
You there. What did that fugitive tell you? Who are you? Another spy? What did this lying Easterner say to you?
I was just going about my business when I saw that he was injured.
Assisting a fugitive is a crime in Hafingar Hold. Unless you want to find out how we deal with traitors and spies, tell me what he said to you.
Alright, so are we going to tell him what he said, or are we going to lie and say he died before he can say anything? Because he did tell me not to trust anyone but Lyris. Yeah. It was around 9 o'clock, it was pouring pretty good out there, so. Lie, okay. So 1 vote for lie. Joe, you got a vote? What's the first option? The first option is to tell him everything that the other guy told us. Oh, it says, he said something about the Ice Reach Coven at work in the west. Do you know what that means? Lie, okay. He died before he could say anything.
Lucky for you. If he had told you any seditious lies and you decided to keep them from us, you'd have been in real trouble.
I hear you.
Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Solitude doesn't take kindly to instigators or strangers. And mark my words, you'd rather not get on the wrong side of the High King's guard.
Goodbye.
Go on. Just remember, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
A scrap of paper with hurried writing scrawled in a shaky hand sits on top of the pile. Brunhild, the guards came asking about you. They were rattling their scabbards at anyone who they could find. I'm scared. I hid your horse in the woods. I'll wait in the barn by the stables outside the city, but only for 1 more day. An official-looking form with an annotation. The Declaration of Customs, Port of Departure, Sentinel, Port of Arrival, Solitude, Cargo Offload, 3 barrels Oasis Water, 4 crates Skaven Housewares, 5 crates of Thorstad Pottery, 1 crate Sentinel Canteens, Saw crew members surreptitiously marking several crates on the docks, hidden in compartments. Couldn't get a look inside. A small, tightly folded note tucked in between the sheets. Left a surprise for you. Follow the directions where stone stands south of the lonely docks. In the shadow of the shelter where the living trees keep watch. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and try to find these three things real quick. So, we're not going to meet the contact because the contact is... Well, hold on. No, the contact's not who I thought it was. Okay, we're heading outside.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
Oh god, the graphics. The graphics! Yeah, Greymoor's still relatively new, so graphical glitches like this are to be expected, so... Even Skyrim does this from time to time, so I mean, you can't really judge them for it. So.
Stay back! I'll do it! I'll stab you!
I'll stab you!
I mean it! One step closer, and I'll stick you like a hawker!
I'm not here to hurt you. I need to talk to you about Brunhild.
I don't know any Brunhild. That is what I told the guards, and that is what I'm telling you. I don't want any more trouble. You make me stab you, and it's my word against yours.
Man, that would be humongous. Like, I can't even imagine how big the screen must be on you, or how big everything must be on your screen. I don't think I'd be able to look at the entire screen at once. Brunhild's dead. He left me with a handful of papers and a lot of questions.
Dead? Stone's mercy. I'm next, aren't I? I promise. I don't know anything. I won't make any trouble. I'll disappear. Don't even like it here. You'll never see me again.
I didn't kill Brunhild. Just tell me what it is. This is all about.
He did not tell me a lot. Said he was tracking some bad people. Asked me to keep an eye out for any unusual comings and goings. He'd come by now and then with a sweet roll and a few coins for my trouble. He was nice.
And did you see anything out of the ordinary?
The last time we spoke, it was about the men with the job postings. A pair of wolves in sheep's clothing, trying to blend in, but still off around the edges. Same with their horses, sheared mountain mares. Come from the Reach, I wager.
I'm going to ask a question, but this is a dumb question I know the answer to. What's the Reach?
A wild land full of wild folk, located south and west of here. It's changed hands between Richmond and the Nords more times than I can count. But they control the territory now. Seeing Richmond wandering the streets of solitude, it makes me nervous.
Why does that make you nervous?
You'd feel the same if you knew the tales of the fall of Markarth. What the Richmond do to folks they capture. Better to slice your own throat than let those barbarians take you alive. If they raid our hold, just run and don't look back.
You think those men were trying to hide where they came from?
They'd be wise to. The only time Richmond and Nords meet is to kill each other. I always heard they were raiders and barbarians. No interest in honest labor, or writing for that matter. Not the sort to post job notices.
What do you think they really want?
Who knows? Maybe they really do need laborers. Can't imagine Richmond would hire Nords, though. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it doesn't. What else what else can you tell me about those job postings?
Flyers. They were hanging them at the inn around the city. Something about a lucrative opportunity in the Druidic Mountains. I really did not pay them a lot of attention. I was more interested in the men distributing them.
What are you going to do now?
Take Brondol's horse and run before someone less friendly comes to find me. Bron was going to take me back east after he finished here. I want to live where strangers are welcomed with a smile instead of a scowl. I hear Windhelm dislikes it.
Are there people here that suspicious of strangers?
We're stuck between the despot of Markarth and the Skald King of the East. Both sniff around like wolves, waiting for a moment of weakness to strike. Not a day goes by without a threat of war. It is exhausting living this way.
Yeah, I understand the feeling, my friend. Okay. Have a nice trip to Windhelm. Okay, let's go ahead and follow the cryptic directions next. Oh, real quick, I need to pop one of these. Thank goodness I'm a lizard. The letter to Lyris tucked between the covers. Lyris, if you're reading this, I never made it to our meeting at the Blue Palace. I'm likely either dead or in the dungeon, but I was able to send word your way. I don't have solid proof that this Ice Reach coven you're hunting is in Hafengar Hold, but something rotten is in the capital city of Solitude. I know I'm on the right trail. Unfortunately, it seems they know it too. I wish I had more information for you. I'm sorry. Bring what I found to the Queen. She is more level-headed than the High King. Without her influence, I doubt you'll even be allowed to see the High King, Bronnyold. Sorry about that. This assignment is going to be more challenging than anticipated. Locals are suspicious of strangers. Guards always seem to be watching. Even in a city the size of Solitude, even among Nords, I stick out like a sore thumb. Made one contact at the royal stables. Young woman named Coldvin, starry-eyed, naive, told her to keep watch for unusual travelers. No one else is talking. I'm going to settle into a routine, get people used to seeing me around. Everything passes through the Lonely Troll at some point. It's the best place in the city to talk to the locals and learn what's going on. There's an orc that frequents the establishment. Goes by the name of Mog. He seems willing to talk as long as you keep his mug filled. If anyone knows something about the Ice Reach Coven, I'm sure to find them in the Lonely Troll. Any trust I've built with the locals evaporated at the mere mention of witches. Won't say a word about them unless you count prayers to the gods. I guess they take dark magic more seriously this close to the Reach, but they'd rather shut their ears to it than court misfortune. Colvin came through for me, said some rugged types arrived on mountain mares, trying a little too hard not to be noticed. They put up postings all around town, recruiting for something. Sharp girl. A recruitment flyer stuffed in between the pages. Laborers and craft workers needed. Brave folks sought for distant and dangerous work in the uncharted territory beyond the Droritch Mountains. Travel mandatory. Food and lodgings provided. A year-long commitment required with rewards to match the risk. Inquired at the Lonely Troll Inn in Solitude. Note scribbled upon the flyer. Seen these postings across the hold. Nobody seems to know what all this labor is for or where it's needed. The journal continues. I noticed Redguard ships making regular stops at the docks here. Considering my chilly reception, I find that curious. Cost me a good bit of gold, but the local snitch, Greyja, who I found gambling in an alley, provided a solid lead. Redguard mariners are bringing shipments up from Solitude, or Sentinel. Manifests say housewares. Crew looks more like merchants than traders. She saw one discreetly marking some of the crates. Think I'll poke around. Tried to grab what was inside, but I got caught and it slipped from my hand before I could wrest it from the crate. I managed to lose the thugs who were after me. I just hope they never got a good look at me. Supposed to meet with Lyris Titanborn before our audience with Queen Gerald at the Blue Palace. Tell her what I found so she can convince High King Sovereign that there's a threat to his domain. All I've got is suspicions, nothing solid. I've heard the High Queen rules with a lighter touch. She might be the sympathetic ear that gets us in the door. Okay. So the High King is a pompous asshole. Understood. Can't even tell you how many times I've swam across this lake in Skyrim. But never quite this quickly before. Now I can't climb out. Oh, there's a place to get out.
Time's Aegis needs your help. Sea giants and vampires are everywhere.
Ash-covered fragments. Okay. It's an interesting thing to find in a crate that's being shipped from the desert of Sentinel. Let's head up and talk to Lyris. Come forth, Crystal Fall. Too many to count, yes.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
Oh, that was one of those horrifying bugs. Now, when I was first doing this quest line, the Blue Palace Courtyard was always stuffed full of player characters. There's a couple here now, but like this entire area was just absolutely stuffed with player characters. Lyris!
Yoren didn't mention he was sending you to Solitude. Not that I'm sorry to have you along. An extra blade is always welcome. As soon as Brunhild shows up, we can get things started.
Brunhild isn't coming. He's dead.
He's what? Damn it. Queen Gerhild will be here at any moment. Look, Her Highness is expecting to talk to me and my contact. I need you to pretend to be that contact, or this will go very badly.
What's this all about?
We can exchange intimate details of our lives later. Right now, just know that the safety of all of Skyrim, maybe even all of Tamriel, depends on how this meeting goes. So follow my lead and be on your best behavior with Her Highness.
Me on my best behavior, Lyris? I'm always on my best behavior. You're thinking of Tharn. Follow your lead with what?
Lyris Titanborn. Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed companions?
No, but I assure you my partner is one of the Skald King's best.
Lyris, I am one of the 5 companions.
I am Gerhild, Queen of Skyrim. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of our kingdom, our city, and our home. Who might you be?
Reewish Lufdesh, Your Majesty.
The letter that preceded your arrival said an attempt was made on the Skald King's life. It indicated that High King Svargrim would be next. My husband took that as an accusation and a threat. He will not meet with you, but I will hear you out.
I've witnessed some concerning things since I arrived here, Your Majesty.
Have you anything that would persuade my husband? It will take some substantial evidence to convince High King Svargrim to heed the words of the hated Yoren, the Skald King.
There's evidence of Reachman activity around Solitude.
Reachman transgressions will not be enough for Svargrim to accept outside help. He's a prideful man. and the bad blood between him and Yoran runs deep. I will speak on your behalf, but you and Lyris will need to bring me proof he cannot ignore.
We'll find that proof, Your Majesty.
Thank you for alerting me to this situation. I am eager to see what else you uncover. I will do what I can, but be as discreet as possible. If you run afoul of my husband, he won't hesitate to return you to Yoran, and not necessarily in one piece.
A soldier accused me of being a spy. Are your people always so suspicious?
My deepest apologies. Between the Reach to our south and the Ebonheart Pack to the east, our soldiers have come to see all outsiders as a potential threat. I will look into this. Vigilance cannot be allowed to become a bludgeon.
What sort of proof will persuade High King Sovereign to listen?
You must convince my husband that a threat greater than Yoran exists. Further, this threat must directly imperil the High King. Find proof of this, and I will assist you how I can. Helping to keep our hold safe will also allay his concerns.
What we've found so far isn't enough.
It's enough for me to believe your intentions are sincere. Learn more about these suspicious activities you mentioned, then bring it to me. If this threat is as dangerous as Yoran claims, prove it, and I will make my husband listen to reason.
Why is there bad blood between High King Sovereign and Jordan the Skald King?
Eastern and Western Skyrim have been at odds since the kingdom was divided. Yoran's ambitions for the Ruby Throne, however, have created a new level of tension. Forming alliances and raising armies for conquest. Should we not be wary of such a man?
Sovereign thinks Jordan wants to take over his kingdom?
Frankly, yes. He believes Yoran hasn't marched here with an army as yet, because the Western holds are firmly united against Pact rule. My husband is certain Yoran plots to erode those allegiances. He will not easily earn the High King's trust.
Very well. Alright, Lyris.
You handled that better than I expected. Now what in Mara's name happened to Brundled?
He was fleeing pursuit and gave me a bundle of papers before he died.
Damn. Lucky thing he found you. Brundled was supposed to get the lay of the land before I got here. Without his information, my work for Yoran the Skald King could be over before it begins. What did he give you? Hand it over.
Here's everything I found.
Smugglers and Reachmen up to illicit business. Nothing unusual there, but Brundle thought it could be connected to the Coven. I'm short a good investigator, and you stepped into the role easily enough. Can I count on you to help me with this?
What do you need me to do?
Brundle mentioned some locals we should have a talk with. A snitch named Grega who likes to gamble in back alleys, and an orc named Mog who frequents the Lonely Troll Inn. Let's find them and see what they can tell us.
Can you explain what this is all about?
After the Ice Reach Coven's attack on the Skald King, we determined they also had plans for Western Skyrim. Yoran's warnings have been ignored, so he sent Brundle to get the lay of the land and me to persuade Svargrim. You can see how that's going.
Wait. He sent you to convince Sovereign. You, who is swing the axe first, ask questions after they're cut in half. That may have been a bad idea. Sovereign obviously hates Yoran, so why is the Skald King intent on helping him?
In all honesty, they can't stand each other. King Yoran doesn't want the Coven to topple Western Skyrim. That would be bad for the East as well as the West. Besides, Yoran was hoping to use this as an opportunity to improve relations.
How do we know the smugglers and Reachmen are connected?
We don't, but it's all we've got. Even if they aren't connected to the Ice Reach Coven, taking care of a few of Svargrim's problems might earn us some goodwill. Now, let's go check out the back alleys and the Lonely Troll Inn.
Alright, let's go, Lyris. Feels good to have Lyris following me again.
I'm not the first Nord from the East to receive a chilly reception at the Blue Palace. Doubt I'll be the last.
No, definitely not. Doesn't help the fact that you're so tall. Look how tall this woman is. She definitely drank her milk and ate her vegetables.
Bard's College.
No, wait, she didn't drink milk. Lyris Titanborn was... What the heck? Does anyone else see this? What?
Is that you? Listen closely, you insufferable clod. I need you to find my notes and... Wait, you're not Borfrey. I can tell from the lack of heavy breathing and sniffles. Who are you?
I'm Reewish Lafdesh. Are you stuck in a bottle?
Stuck in the bottle? No. This is a devious and very stubborn illusion. One that you now have the privilege of breaking. I was conducting some research, you see, and inadvertently triggered this spell. Luckily, I know how to reverse it.
How do you reverse this spell?
It's quite simple. I recorded the locations of 3 verses of a powerful incantation in my journal on the off chance something like this occurred. Acquire the verses, come back and dispel this illusion. I'll make it worth your while. I promise.
Alright, I found this incantation to dispel the illusion.
My assistant Borfrey has my journal. Find it, read my notes, and acquire the incantation. Also tell him to come get me. Someone nearly took a swig of me. Instructions are in order. I am Narcissus Dren, famed historian, etc.
How exactly did you wind up like this?
Does it really matter? Every historian worth his salt winds up trapped in an illusion at some point. Very common, and thus not worthy of discussion or commitment to record. I will say, though, as magical traps go, male moth's wards are top tier.
Magical traps?
Indeed. I acquired a powerful scroll from the Mages Guild. I thought it might direct me to a legendary illusionist's secret sanctum. Unfortunately, reading it led me to this dismal state.
That sounds pretty suspicious. Did you steal this scroll?
Steal? We're adventurers, aren't we? What you call stealing, I call daring investigation. Melmoth's works contain a wealth of secrets. If we don't pursue them, some other historian will. I, for one, have no interest in sharing the glory with,
Go on, you have no interest in sharing the glory with who?
why, with anyone other than you, of course. You really thought I meant to exclude you? Oh, you wound me.
If this is just an illusion, why can't you move?
Oh, illusion magic extends far beyond simple parlor tricks and mirages. Skilled practitioners exert power over the mind itself. Intellectually, I know I am not a bottle. But the spell fooled some primitive aspect of my psyche into believing I am.
So because he believes he is a bottle, he is a bottle. So you can't move because you believe bottles can't move on their own?
Precisely. The spell turned my knowledge of the natural sciences against me. Crafty, yes? A lesser intellect might have evaded the trap entirely. How's that for irony?
Tell me about this incantation. Someone hid the verses?
Yes, the mage male moth hid them all over solitude, etched in wood, tucked under cobblestones, and so on. Just another one of his insufferable games. In retrospect, I probably should have gathered the verses before you knew all this.
Who is this Melamoth anyway?
Who was he? Past tense. Melmoth was one of Skyrim's most gifted illusionists. A contemporary of the great Shalador, if you can believe it. Of course, he's been dead for hundreds of years now. I'd say his claim to secrecy died long ago.
So he kept a lot of secrets?
Countless secrets. He was a master illusionist, after all. Unfortunately, illusionists always cloak their discoveries in puzzles and traps. Insufferable, if you ask me. No matter, I never shrink from a challenge of the mind.
I'm actually quite happy that he is a bottle right now.
Hey, don't step on the dice. There a reason you're interrupting our game, pork face?
Bruno said you might know something about the smuggled goods from Sentinel.
Don't know any Brondhold. Don't know you. Either way, I got nothing to tell you. Get lost. I'm on a winning streak.
Yep, they're all racist. Bronon's dead because of what's in those crates. They'll come for you, too.
Dead? That's a new one. Nothing Kasala usually moves through port is worth killing over. You didn't hear it from me, but she's the one picking up those shipments. Her warehouse is down on the docks. You want to know more? Go ask her.
I'll talk to Kelso, thanks. Dren is in the Morrowind DLC, and he is an absolute pain in the butt. There are several occasions where he blatantly tries to cheat you out of any kind of credit for the help you give him, and it's pretty bad.
What is it?
If you see a pretty bottle around, let me know. It talks, if that helps.
I did find that bottle.
Oh, thank you. I was worried that Master Dren had gotten lost when I went to get myself some stew. I guess I just forgot where I set the bottle down. I'll go and get it. Him. As soon as I finish my stew. It's really good stew.
Fair enough, I'm helping him dispel the illusion.
That's good. A talking bottle makes me nervous, and it sure made Master Dren crankier than normal. I'll bring it here and keep it safe with his other stuff. Don't worry.
Alright. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go find these incantations real quick.
Pleased to see you in solitude, stranger.
Yeah, that's why I clicked out of it. Incantation reversal, first fragment. If freedom's ring will slake your thirst, I urge you to speak with these words first. On the shores of an open sea, hordes of horkers frolic free. Right, let's go find the second verse. Mind these words, through often slurred, you should sing out this verse the third. Vibrant feathers dripped on the wind, my hair grew long but never thinned. This guy sounds quite insane. Honestly, I'm surprised nobody's noticed that he carved in fragments onto the wall. In the spring, the soil is filled to break a curse. Speak these words second. Pigs and pigs and pigs and pigs and pigs. My auntie's fingers thin as twigs.
Bloody mages and their bloody tricks.
Let's go and dispel this illusion. I guess both of you must have finished his stew pretty quickly because... Well, we gotta try, so...
Hello? Is that you, Doughty Assistant? Oh, thank feck. You have the incantation, yes? Read it quickly. You'll be surprised to hear that life as a bottle does not suit me.
Do you think it matters what order I read them in?
I know. I'm a historian, not a hedge wizard. Just use your best judgment. I have near total faith in you.
On the shores of an open sea, hordes of horkers frolic free.
Yes, that's it. I can feel the illusion's grip loosening. Keep going. Read the other lines.
Pigs and pigs and pigs and pigs, my auntie's fingers thin as twigs.
Yes, I think that's right. I can feel the glass cracking around me. Keep going. Speak the final line.
Vibrant feathers dripped on the wind, my hair grew long but never thinned.
That's it.
And he's returned to being a dark elf.
Finally! Let's see. Legs, arms, stylish coiffure. Yes, Looks like everything's as it should be. What a relief. A pleasure to meet you in the flesh. As I said before, I am Narcissus Dren. You are? Whoever you are, charmed. Now to business. We need to find Melmoth's Mysterium. First, we need his journal. The librarian refused to share it with me. Ridiculous.
Why did the librarian let you borrow the Melmoth's journal?
Oh, the usual inanities of frumpy book hoarders. I might have torn one of the pages. Honestly, you'd barely notice. But you know how librarians are. Spill a drink or talk too loudly or rip a few pages and wham! They cast you out on your ear.
Yeah, you should have been casted on your ear for defiling the book like that. What can you tell me about the librarian?
A prickly Argonian named Dean Villas.
Hey!
She works in the
Do not insult lizards. I am a lizard.
I might have said a few indecorous things about her beady little eyes. My fault. But people who stand in the way of discovery really get my dander up.
So what is that? So does this mean we're partners?
Yes, of course. Narcissus Dren is always true to his word. If you assist me in following the clues laid out in Melmoth's journal, I will gladly share the wonders of his Mysterium with you.
Alright, I'll try to get the journal. That's not even the first. That was only the first puzzle, Hydro. There are several more puzzles to go.
What do you want?
I'm desperate.
Alright, let's talk to Dean Villas.
Welcome to the Mages Guild Library. Please handle our books and scrolls with the care they deserve. I already cast out a careless dark elf. I pray that I will not have to ask anyone else to leave today.
I'd like to see the last journal of Melmoth the Mysterious.
Do you work with that strutting guard Narcissus Dren? The famed scholar? Scholar my shedding tail scales. He tore a page in a valuable book, and I suspect he stole one of Melmoth's scrolls. What reason could I possibly have to help you?
Yes, he asked me to come, but I really do need that journal.
I knew it. Wise of him to send an associate like you to offer an olive branch. Cowardly, but wise.
I'm a far superior adventurer. I promise I will keep your journal safe from harm.
Far superior to Narcissus Dren is no great accomplishment. Nonetheless, I feel I can trust you. It's there on the table. Do not prove me wrong on this. We treasure all arcane texts, but Melmoth's riddles are of special interest to the guild.
I am a guild member. You can trust me. Thank you.
The journal is just there on the table. I should warn you, Melmoth was mad as a sack of weasels.
Weasels.
Whatever you intend to do with the text, I doubt it will be worth the effort.
The journal continues hundreds of pages of nonsensical ramblings. The final entry is the most lucid. No one deserves my masterpiece. No one, except perhaps someone. Ho ho! A test, yes, a trial of patience and mental mettle. All great hunts begin with riddles. If they don't, they should. Mysteries lounge in plain view. Tilts and levers in ancient pews. Pews in temples where dragons pray. Where some were killed and others wreaths lay. Meditate on this a while, and we'll see if you have sufficient guile. Yeah, he sounds like he was madder than a sack of weasels.
assistant. It's about time. So, any luck with that cold-blooded librarian?
If you keep making fun of Argonians, I'm going to blast you with my staff. Yes, she let me borrow the journal.
Excellent. I must admit, I had my doubts, but you're turning out to be a model employee. Assistant. Partner? Whatever. Now, if you just hand it over, I can try to untangle Melmoth's riddles and set us on the right path.
What do you intend to learn from this text anyways? Dim Vilix seems to think Melmoth was crazy.
She would. This text reveals Melmoth's mysterium, his trove to arcane trinkets and treasures. Now, just give me a moment to, Yes, I have it. This clearly refers to a meditation grotto near Kilcreath, one of Shalador's old haunts.
So we're headed to Kilcreath Temple? Fair enough.
Well, to be frank, this seems too good to be true. A single riddle leading to our prize? Too easy. Then again, things often come easy to an adventurer of my caliber. I have some business to conclude here. I'll meet you at Kilcreath once I'm finished.
How do you know about the Multum's Mysterium anyway?
How would I not? Ancient mysteries are Narcissus Dren's stock in trade. No arcane relic or lost antiquity evades my gaze for long. Surely you've read some of my books? They're bestsellers, assistant. I can get you some at a very reasonable price.
Probably because nobody buys them. I'll think about it. So you discovered it all on your own?
Well, advanced scholarship always involves a bit of give and take. For example, an elderly mage I met in Riften made a modest contribution. But make no mistake, it was I who cracked Melmoth's riddles.
An elderly mage? Is he looking for Multum's trove too?
He was, for a time. Struck me as something of an obsession, if I'm being honest. 50 years he's been at this Melmoth business. 50 years! Oh, can you imagine? That might be a reasonable period of study for an elf, but for a Nord? Ooh, it's untenable.
So you encouraged him to let it go?
Of course I did. What kind of Mer would I be if I let that doddering fossil waste his scant remaining years chasing riddles like this? I may be ambitious, but I am never cruel. I took his notes as a personal and professional courtesy.
Will you credit him in your book so we find the trove?
Yes, of course, all the credit he deserves. I'm generous with my praise. You'll see soon enough, assistant.
I don't like the way you said that. Okay, well, let's pop into this inn real quick.
Must be Mog. I have questions.
Ordinators seem on edge.
What
Buy a few rounds and let's chat.
You're going to answer me, Orc, or...
Hey! Nobody intimidates my friends.
Princess Svana.
Who gave you the right to walk in here and bully my friend? Did my father send you?
Why would your father send someone to bully Mog?
Because he doesn't like Mog. But I like Mog. Mog doesn't care that I'm a princess, and it doesn't matter to me that Mog's a scoundrel. If my father didn't send you, why are you threatening my friend?
We wanted to ask if he saw the people putting up the job postings.
Smelly bastards. Cheap, too. Wouldn't buy us a drink. They hung their flyers and left without saying a word. Then, a different smelly bastard showed up to sign on workers. He was a charmer, though.
You remember anything else about this charmer?
His breeches fit well. And he was handsome. Not a Nord. Breton, maybe. I didn't really listen to what he was saying. A half-dozen workers left with him. Off to the Drudok Mountains or someplace. He hasn't been back since.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let's talk outside, partner.
Alright, let me check what this is real quick. I don't remember this.
You look like you had a rough expedition, friend. But we
Oh, no, that's the Undaunted. Never mind. Lyris.
So we've got a mysterious Breton possibly working with Reachmen, recruiting workers for some unknown purpose. Plus there's a smuggler hiding unknown contraband in a warehouse down by the docks. I say we deal with the smuggler first.
Why the smuggler?
We know where to find her, and we more or less know what she's up to. And if the two are connected, maybe the smuggler can help us narrow our search for the Breton. Ready to visit Casella's warehouse?
I'm ready to go to the smuggler's warehouse. Sundered from Eastern Skyrim in years past, High King Sovereign rules the cold and unforgiving land known as Western Skyrim. Consisting of the holds of Halfengar, Karthold, and Helgemarch, the realm gives rise to hardy natures, brave warriors, and suspicious townfolk.
Aegis needs your help. Sea giants and vampires are everywhere.
Only one sentry. Let's try not to cause a scene.
Oh, you teleported.
Private property. Get lost. Wait. A half-giant? Is that Lyris Titanborn?
You know Lyris?
Blood and blade. Everyone knows Lyris Titanborn. Woman. She's even larger than I imagined. She fought Swordmaster Sai Sahan to a draw. Wait, is he here too?
No, just us. We need to speak to Casala.
Until Casala returns, I'd be happy to keep fair Lyris company in her stead.
Perhaps we can wait inside.
Alas, Casala doesn't allow visitors when she isn't here to conduct business. We can wait out here. Do you think Lyris would autograph my ancestral scabbard? It would mean so much to my son. When I have one. Do you know if Lyris is betrothed?
I'm not sure, but if you get your scabbard, she'll be happy to autograph it.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Don't know how much this means to me.
I don't know what you said to him, but this is our chance. Try the lock. See what's in those marked crates. I'll watch the door.
Ancient urn. Ashen bones. Reach ritual fetishes. Uh-oh. This looks bad.
Care to try me?
I'll pass. I just want to know who's been meddling in my business.
Yeah, it's Lyris Titanborn and the mighty battle lizard.
I had a feeling it wasn't just an opportunistic thief trying to steal my cargo. What are you after?
Proof of a plot against the High King. Care to explain what's in these crates?
A plot against the High King? Involving plundered antiquities from Hammerfell? Preposterous. I'm simply facilitating a transaction between treasure hunters and a rich collector. So, who am I paying the bribe to? You or the High King?
What about these reach fetishes?
Give me that! Tribal craft's my arse. I told that son of a skeever I don't deal in arcane goods. Especially ones from the Reach. Nothing but sorrow comes from such business. This isn't cursed, is it?
Who hired you to smuggle this?
No name, just instructions and gold. Shipments come in, I make sure no one looks too closely and wait for it. Never see the same face twice. Last time it was a smooth-talking Breton with Nord laborers in tow. You want more? I need assurance.
I'm sure we can work something out.
They're taking the cargo to an abandoned lodge in the foothills north of Solitude. Occasionally used it myself when the city guard was being thorough. Want to catch them? Start there. If that's all, we're leaving. I'm not losing my head over this.
Can you tell me anything else about the Breton and the laborers?
The Breton was sly. Handsome even. Thought he could charm me into taking on additional shipments. Now that I know what's involved, the trouble isn't worth it. The Nords were local, hired hands from the Lonely Troll.
You never checked your cargo?
I'm paid not to ask too many questions.
This arrangement was a lucrative one. I trusted them, but it seems they took advantage of my natural greed. That won't happen again.
I certainly hope not.
Ronald had good instincts. We're definitely onto something. Our mystery buyer is hiring locals to haul these urns and reach fetishes out of the city. But for what purpose?
Could it have something to do with the ritual I saw the witch perform at the barrow?
The Coven was also perfecting some kind of ritual in Ice Reach. Something to do with storms. If these fetishes are from Ice Reach, you may be onto something. Still, why involve the locals? Seems like an unnecessary risk.
I guess we should check out the lodge.
Good idea. Head there while I circle around from the other direction. Maybe I can catch them before they reach the lodge. Just be careful. I'd rather not lose another partner at this point in the investigation.
I'll see you at the lodge.
Give your sentry my best. And tell him I owe him an autograph.
Oh, he's gonna get more than an autograph if I see him again.
He's gonna get more than an autograph if I see him again. He's probably gonna get a sword through his chest. To be honest, if Lyris Titanborn wants to come in, she's gonna come in. You can't keep Lyris Titanborn out. Which one's closer? The meditation? Yeah, the meditation seems the closest. We'll go ahead and ride over there and do that real quick. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, but look at the...
Ah, there you are. Yes, I'd say this looks like the right place. What's this then? A lever of some kind? Well, you did arrive first. Fair's fair. Go ahead and pull it, won't you? Watch and learn, assistant. Now that I've graciously shown you what can go wrong, you give it a try.
Not sure if I've stepped on the tile or not.
Look, something appeared. A scroll of some kind.
The Blossoms of Melamoth. You've all splendidly, but do you have a poet's heart? Honor the Lady of Winter, winter winds and valor, draped in the deepest chill. Her love lights the way. 2 mountain flowers for the breath of myrrh and men. 4 deathbell blossoms for the grieving widow, cheeks wet with tears and brine. 3 dragon tongues for fiery, ancient throats, and 1 last blossom for the kiss at the end.
Let me guess. Another array of tiresome clues. Ugh. Do you have any idea how many clues I've worked through thus far? That bottle nonsense from before? That was just one of many chapters in this ridiculous saga. Oh, enough grousing. Out with it.
The riddle mentions flowers. What do you make of it?
Ah, yes. A reference to his passing fancy with poetry and romance. Was Meomoth a cunning illusionist? Yes. Was he a master wordsmith? Hardly. I don't know about the flowers, but this bit about Lady of the Winter Winds likely points to Kine.
Kine?
Yes, the Nord storm goddess. I'm not aware of any connections between Kine and flowers, but an ancient shrine dedicated to her lies southwest of here, near Chillwind Depths. I'll mark it on your map. Meet me there, all right?
All right, I'll see you there. Meet Narcissus at Kind's Shrine. Okay, well, we're not going to do that right this moment. We're going to continue with the main quest. All right.
A straggler. I have more than I need, so I'll just feast on you.
Well, that was a vampire attack. Fighters Guild's almost at 9, too. Letter to the Pinarch. Pinarch Zeros, preparations are complete, my brother. We are ready to begin the ritual. Send the latest shipment to the Kilcreath Temple. Sister Ambrit will put everything to good use. You have done well. Await my next command, R. Could this R be the same person we saw in the note earlier? It's very possible.
Over here,
Lewis.
partner. All I found were these Reachmen stopped the pass. Decided they'd rather die than talk, so I obliged. They don't look like they're from Ice Reach, but they are wearing the Coven's medallions. Anyway, did you find the lodge?
The lodge was empty when I found a letter for the Breton. Orders to send the shipment to Kilcreath.
Kilcreath? The temple to Meridia? Why would the Ice Reach Coven target a local Daedra cult?
The letter said they were ready to start the ritual as soon as they received the shipment.
Damn, we're running out of time. I'll head back to Solitude and try again to warn High King Svargrim. You go to Kilcreath Temple and alert Meridia's priests. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Warn the priest, shouldn't I attempt to stop the ritual?
You'll be going up against the Coven by yourself. Warn the priests. If there's an opportunity to safely stop or delay the ritual, by all means. But don't take any unnecessary chances. I still don't want to lose another partner.
I saw you at the Kilcreath Temple after you warned the High King. I fought Molag Bal. I would hope you'd have more trust in me, Lyris.
Stop! A disaster has befallen Kilcreath Temple.
Whoa, where are you going, sir?
Stop! A disaster has befallen Kilcreath Temple. Don't be alarmed. I mean you no harm. But there are Harrow fiends swarming around Kilcreath Temple who do. Head back to safety before they find you.
I was sent to warn the temple priest.
I'm sorry, but you're too late. An unnatural storm struck the temple and now the entire area is overrun by vampires and Harrow fiends.
What are Hero Fiends, and for what matter, who are you?
Hero Fiends are feral vampires, a byproduct of the unnatural Hero Storm. As for me, I am Fenorian of House Ravenwatch. I came here on the trail of remains stolen from a mass grave in Bankurai. They were shipped to Solitude in ancient urns.
I found urns and crates smuggled into Solitude. They seem to be related to the Ice Reach Coven.
Yes, I've run into the Coven as well. The urns and the stolen remains play a part in a ritual to summon the storms. If you're willing, I could use your assistance. I need to finish my investigation of the site to see what else I can learn.
What do you need me to do?
I could use your help to examine the strange pikes erected around the temple. Hero Fiends and vampires roam the area, making it difficult to get close. Hence the need for your assistance. You see, I'm not that confident in my combat prowess.
What happened at Kilcreath's temple?
The Ice Reach Coven performed a ritual that unleashed a Hero Storm on the temple. It struck without warning and evaporated as quickly as it began. In its wake, it left behind Hero Fiends. Innocent priests and pilgrims transformed into monsters.
What's a Hero Storm?
That's what I heard the Ice Reach Coven call the storm that struck Kilcreath Temple. It's magical in nature. The result of some sort of ritual performed by the witches. I'm still investigating, but I think the Hero Fiends are a byproduct of the storm.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask what's House Ravenwatch because that's a stupid question. My character has sided with House Ravenwatch before, so I should not be asking that question. Aren't you a vampire?
Is it that obvious? But have no fear. As a member of House Ravenwatch, I have pledged to never take blood from an unwilling subject. I assure you, I'm only here to help.
How can a vampire help stop that Reach Coven?
I am much more than just a vampire. In addition to being an agent of House Ravenwatch, I am a master alchemist and an expert in arcane studies. I do try to avoid direct violence, though, to make sure I never give in to temptation.
Understood. Let's go. Examine witch pikes. There's also a quest here, but that can wait a minute.
Look, a priest of Meridia. Maybe they can tell us more about what happened at the temple.
Oh no, it's a vampiric bear. Lots of vampires.
An alchemical residue. That should prove useful. It's depleted. Just ordinary sticks and rope now. Interesting.
Gotta be careful, there could be more vampiric bears around. Because the bear by itself isn't bad enough. You have to make vampire bears too. And death hounds, but death hounds were already a thing, but vampiric bears is definitely a new thing.
Can you feel the lingering energy? That's Daedric, if I'm not mistaken.
But which Daedric prince would be involved in this is the question. Molag Bol's kind of cut in half at the moment, so I doubt it's him. And that's a good question. I don't know which Daedric prince it could be.
These depleted witch pikes expended a lot of power to summon the Hero Storm. Now they're just ordinary sticks, but even in this state, they tell us much about the ritual that flowed through them.
Remind me, what did we learn by examining the depleted witch pikes?
I'm sure now that the pikes play a significant role as focal points for the storm ritual. The prepared pikes are depleted as the ritual runs its course, but I sensed lingering energy, including a Daedric taint. And we found an intriguing residue.
What's the significance of the residue?
It's the remains of an alchemical poultice that was spread over the pikes. Smells like rotting fungus, doesn't it? With a little study, I should be able to identify each ingredient in its makeup. Then I can begin to understand the ritual.
Should we take a closer look at the temple now?
One other thing I want to check first. I noticed the pilgrims leading a cart away from the temple right before the storm hit. Coven members could have tried to slip away among the innocents. The cart should be along the road south of the temple.
Let's go check on the pilgrims. There's a great bear. Oh man, there's a lot of bears. The bear's still around. Pilgrim.
Strange. They're alive but unresponsive. Check the crates and see if they contain the smuggled items.
Yep, dust and ashes.
Did you find anything of interest in the crate?
The crate was empty except for dust and ash.
I can't believe anyone knowingly involved would have let themselves be exposed to the storm. Perhaps the pilgrims were tricked into transporting the crate. Or maybe it was slipped into their cart.
Should we check on the temple now?
Yes, of course. Though I fear what we may find there. The temple was clearly at the center of the storm. Regardless, there's still a lot we don't know about the effects of this ritual. Observing the target area could offer new insights.
Let's head to the temple now.
Please, can anyone... Oh, thank Meridia. The priests and pilgrims of Kiltrick Temple. We need assistance. A great and terrible storm struck, and so many of us are lost.
What's Kill Creek Temple?
A temple dedicated to Meridia, the Lady of Light. Pilgrims come from across Skyrim to pray and seek guidance, especially at this time of the year. Please, talk to Priest Bob. You'll find her in the nearby cave, tending to the injured.
What? Who's Priest Spray? I'm sorry, Maria.
She's the ranking priest, after High Priest Barkor. But we haven't seen a High Priest since the storm hit. Bavian led a group of us to safety. There are more priests and pilgrims out there. If you're willing to help, please talk to Bavian.
I'll talk to Bavia.
The living take precedence. We should search for survivors while investigating the pikes.
Good idea. Started Meridia's brilliance. They've gotten much more expressive with their dead bodies recently. Get away from the statue, Meridia. If you're listening, Meridia, your people really need you right now.
These are temple priests and pilgrims. It seems the storm killed them.
That's the back door into Kilcreek Temple, I think. Go to Mount. Another hand touches the beacon. Imagine having Meridia's live-in housemate. Every time you go to grab something from the fridge, she's like, a new hand touches the bacon. Vampiric bears. Oof. That's not supposed to be like that. What the heck? Man, it is really glitched up today. Hey, priest.
Another pilgrim seeking shelter from a storm? No, you don't appear to be a pilgrim. What brings you here?
I met a priest outside. He said you needed assistance.
Even in our darkest hour, Meridia provides a light. We were on our way to see High Priest Varkor when the storm hit. I've never seen such power. It raged like a thing alive. I gathered who I could, but the others are still out there.
Where did you want me to look?
Start at the stables to the northwest. I saw Acolyte Yod, Priest Irena, and Roligmoth the Pilgrim seek shelter there. If you find them, send them back here. After that, meet me at the Pilgrim's Lodge to the west of the temple.
I'll look for the people you mentioned at the stables.
Look for Yod, Direna, and Roligmoth at the stables. And meet me at the Pilgrim's Lodge. I will head there after I finish caring for these injured souls. Meridia's light shine upon you, good friend.
Tell me about Kilcreek Temple.
Kilcreek Temple provides a safe haven for the priests and pilgrims of Meridia. At least it did, before this terrible storm struck. The Lady of Light has always protected us. Why today should be different, I don't understand.
Are you in charge of the temple?
No. That honor goes to our High Priest Varkor. I am but her humble assistant. She is my mentor and my friend. After you find the others, I'll meet you at the Pilgrim's Lodge, and we can search for the High Priest together.
Tell me more about the storm you experienced.
We were on our way to the temple for prayers when an oily black ichor roiled in the sky. The wind picked up and red streaks of lightning struck all around us. We barely made it to the safety of this cave. The storm abated. Then the sounds started.
What sounds?
Groans, shrieks, blood-curdling screams. It sounded like wild and feral beasts followed in the wake of the storm. I sent Priest Isofnir outside to keep watch, but I told him not to take any unnecessary risks. We're priests, not soldiers after all.
Are you in... Oh, we already asked that question. Alright, let's move on and see if we can find these survivors. Oh, that looks so wrong. Vampiric saber cats now.
Why has Meridia forsaken me? High Priest Vakor will find me. Meridia will save me. When things are darkest, her light shines the way. Please don't eat me.
Priest Baven sent me here to help.
Priest Bavian?
Oh,
Where's
Bobby.
High Priest Vakor? Did those horrible creatures get her? We hid in the stables, but then Priest Arena changed. That's when I ran in here.
Go meet Priest Bavian and the others in the cave to the southeast. I'll check on Priest Durian. Basket of tomatoes. Not as nice as potatoes.
What happened to this poor woman? She looks distraught.
The priest's eyes stare blankly and she doesn't respond to your greeting. She's been turned into a harrowed. See, I have two theories about what's happened to Meridia. My first theory is the one that's probably the most likely, is that she is right now and is unable to help. My second theory is she is somehow involved with this, but I doubt that is actually possible because Meridia hates the undead and she would never willingly participate in creating vampires. So I doubt it's got anything, but it is kind of weird that Meridia has not spoken or done anything about her people being hurt. Talks to Priest Bavian.
No visible damage despite its proximity to the eye of the storm.
Acolyte Ivina cannot hear me. She's standing right here, but she's gone.
The Acolyte, she's just like the priest Durinia at the stables.
Is this what would have happened to all of us if I hadn't gotten the others into the cave? I tried to heal Ivina, but Meridia's light had no effect. But what was that about Priest Arena and the stables?
I found the people you sent me for. Jolt is safe. Rajamov is dead, and the other.
Is like poor Ivina. We must find High Priest Vakor. If anyone is powerful enough to cure this unnatural ailment, it will be her. Meridia willing. We'll find the High Priest and everyone else safe in the temple.
Let's head to the temple. Let's talk to you real quick.
I'll need to perform more tests. But from what we've seen, I believe the storm affects mortals in 3 distinct ways. It kills them, transforms them into harrow fiends, or leaves them mindless. I suppose I'd say it harrowed those poor pilgrims.
So what do we do next?
I want to learn more about the ritual and how it produces the harrow storms. And I need to confirm my theories about the storm's effects. I'll start by examining the residue from the witch pipe to identify the components used to power the ritual.
What do you need to examine, the residue?
My alchemical equipment. It's extremely fragile, so I left it in my pack. I hid it among a copse of trees once I saw all the vampires and harrow fiends. Once I retrieve it, I can find a place to begin my analysis.
Let's go find your pack. I wonder if he'll follow us into the temple.
We need to find High Priest Vakor. Let's head to the temple.
Somebody just leveled up. That's awesome for them.
By Meridia's light, so many dead. How could Meridia let this happen to her faithful?
Yeah, somebody's losing their faith here. This ancient Nord temple, dedicated to the Daedric Prince Meridia, sits on the site of Killcreath Mountain. To this very day, Meridia's faithful pilgrims continue to flock to the temple to pray and seek guidance.
Monsters in this holy place. We need to find the temple priests.
This won't be the last time they'll be in here. Definitely not the last time. No, you don't.
Take his Meridian medallion so we can remember his sacrifice. Our own brethren, like vicious animals. We must find the others.
Murnazu gave me no choice, Bavian. I swear it. Just this morning, we were debating the mysteries of the colored rooms. Now he's gone. He attacked me. He tried to devour me. I had no choice but to kill him. To kill a cherished student.
Did he show any signs before he attacked you?
Signs? Do you want to know if he announced his intentions before he turned into a ravenous beast? No. Nothing. One moment he was fine. The next, he was a monster. The High Priest took the survivors and fled to the catacombs. You need to help them.
We'll go to the catacombs, but you need to get out of here.
Priest Armand? Oh, wait. Follow me. He fled into the vestry.
Well, let me make sure there's... Ben did not follow us in here. Okay, I'll have to meet up with him again outside after this is done. Man, that person is running around without any kind of top on in this frigid weather. They've got to be freezing there. Oh, hold on. I gotta go back this way. I must have missed talking to her somewhere.
They're mad, beyond all reason. Even in this temple, Meridia's light does nothing to help those afflicted with this feral curse. We need to reach the catacombs and find High Priest Varkol.
Okay, how do we reach the catacombs?
The catacombs can be accessed from deeper within the temple. We just need to get the key from the Chamberlain's sanctum. I think I know why the High Priest went to the catacombs. It's not only a defensible location, it's where our relic is kept.
What relic?
Meridia's brilliance. It has the power to channel her light and purge the temple of this corruption. At least, I hope it does. High Priest Varkol wouldn't just hide in the catacombs. She must have a plan to save us.
I'll get you to the Chamberlain's sanctum and find the key. Come on. That was almost too close for comfort. Alright, we got the key. Let's head on back to the...
Down here. Did you find the key that opens the catacombs?
I did.
Did you retrieve the key from the Chamberlain's sanctum? We need it to open the door to the catacombs.
I have the key.
Perfect. There are only 2 keys that I know of, and the High Priest has the other one. Now open the door, and let's find High Priest Varkol.
Alright, let's go.
Even the catacombs are corrupted. Priest, with a light! Retrieve the relic, and we can escape through the old air shaft.
Retrieving the brilliance of Meridia. Which kind of reminds me of Meridia's beacon. Hopefully things have cleaned up a little bit over here. Yeah, it's not as bad as the last time we walked. It's not bad at all. It's just we rezoned. I should have rezoned sooner to fix the graphical problems.
How fragile my faith, when I can depend more on help from a stranger than from my God.
At least there are some survivors. What will you do now?
Such terrible things we witnessed today. An unnatural storm. Vampires, innocent people turning into monsters. I fear this corruption cannot simply be prayed away. It seems that Meridia has abandoned us to our fate. Why? I cannot say.
Here are the Meridian medallions I retrieved.
Oh, thank you. These belonged to Roligmolf and Acolyte Laurelfor. I wish we could have saved them. But at least we can use these to remember them. I doubt we can recover their remains before the temple is sealed.
How are you going to seal the temple?
With Meridia's brilliance. I'm not sure my faith is strong enough to use it after all this, but I suppose I have to try. I owe that much to High Priest Varkor's memory. Do you have the relic?
Here's Meridia's relic.
I'll work with our remaining priests. Try to use the relic to purge the corruption and seal the temple. If that doesn't work, well, let's hope that it does. Thank you, my friend. You stood with us while Meridia turned away. We won't forget that. The injured still need to be treated, and the temple's corruption needs to be dealt with. Despite the way I feel about Meridia now, I still have a responsibility. I won't walk away from it. Not like Meridia walked away from us.
Sounds like you've lost your faith.
I lost a lot of things today. We all did. But that doesn't mean I won't keep trying to help the faithful. There are injured to tend to, and those poor souls who lost their mind to the storm. I want to find a way to help them all.
Do you know how to use the relic?
High Priest Varkor claimed it contained Meridia's divine light. There are rituals for releasing such power. Whether I or one of the other priests can make use of it, we'll see. I just hope we don't experience any more of those storms.
Goodbye. Alright, Finn, let's go and get your alchemy ingredients. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish this quest for him. And then when that quest is done, I'm going to end off for today. Because this first quest is actually very long. We might be able to get more quests done in future parts. But since we did this and the Brilliance of Meridia, and we also started the bottle quest, it's just going to be too much to try to do another one this episode. So, or this session. So. And to be fair, there's only 7 main quests in Greymoor, so. Now that we've actually gotten started into it, it won't be too much longer until we're done with it. Lyris, wait, Lyris.
Close enough, Leech.
What I mean, Lyris, ask questions after they've been sliced in half.
Looks like I made it back just in time. This place is crawling with vampires, and that one was about to make a meal out of you.
That's Finneran of House Ravenwatch. He's investigating the Strange Covenant just like us.
House Ravenwatch. I've heard of them, but he's a long way from Rivenspire. Well, if you're willing to trust a vampire, I suppose I can too. I spotted a Coven Witch. If we hurry, we might be able to catch her.
A Coven Witch? Where?
On the cliff overlooking the temple. Calls herself Sister Embrit. I was going to rush her, but I wanted to make sure you hadn't run afoul of any of these monsters first. No offense, Fen. Come on. If we're lucky, the witch is still up there.
I'll meet you there.
Perhaps I could question the witch before you introduce her to your impressive axe blade?
Odds of that happening aren't going to be great. I'll be honest with you. The only reason you're not sliced in half is because I spoke out for you.
ritual needs refinement.
Kill her before she can summon another storm.
Oh, I intend to.
Willing sacrifices. How nice.
Sacrifice? I'd rather give you my axe, witch.
hoped you could take her prisoner. No matter. I found something. This way?
Go with your vampire friend. I'm gonna look around here.
He's hardly my vampire friend, but whatever.
Do you see? These are the same as the urns smuggled from Bankarai. They didn't just shatter, they exploded. I can sense traces of magicka clinging to the shards that matched the energy used in the storm ritual. These other fragments, though.
Other fragments.
All this rubble scattered around didn't just come from these urns. The texture and patterns are different. They appear to have used the funerary dust in the urns to summon the Harrow Storms. But I'm not sure what was inside the larger vessels.
Larger vessels?
Look at the shape of the fragments. They come from a hollow receptacle of some sort. Something at least as tall as you. Perhaps larger. Just another piece of the puzzle. Maybe when I analyze the witchpike residue, an answer will suggest itself.
Come to Solitude with us. There must be a place where you can set up your equipment.
Thank you, but no. I try to avoid large population centers. The temptation. You understand. I'll find someplace nearby, but out of the way where I can set up my equipment and work undisturbed. I'll send word when I have something to report.
Do you have a location in mind?
I met a clever woman who lives in the bog near Morthal. Old Mjolnir's a dying breed among the Nords, a practitioner of the old magic. The locals both admire and fear her. If anyone can help me untangle the Coven's ritual, it's her.
What makes you think Old Malone can help?
Mjolnir's experience with the old ways and reach magic make her ideally suited to assist me in this endeavor. She's the closest thing to an expert we're likely to find out here. At least one who doesn't want to feed our eyes to a harpy.
Have you dealt with anything like this before?
The Raven Watch has had to curtail rogue vampire clans and put down feral blood fiends on occasion, but I've never dealt with anything like this before. People turning into Harrow fiends or becoming mindless harrowed. It's a nightmare.
Right, you had a theory about the effects of the Harrow Storm.
Yes, but more research is required to confirm anything. Still, from what we observe here, it appears the Harrow Storm produced 3 distinct results in those caught within it. It turned them into Harrow fiends, or harrowed, or it simply killed them.
Alright, let me talk to Lyris.
So, what did your vampire friend discover?
Fenorian thinks that the Harrow Storms create the Harrow Fiends and the Harrowed.
Reach witches summoning magical storms to create feral vampires? That's horrible, but to what purpose? Well, that's the next puzzle to solve. First, we need to get this information to the Queen. Here. This was for Brondel. It's yours now.
Thank you.
Queen Gerhild needs to hear what we discovered at Kill Creek Temple. Hopefully that will be enough for her to get us an audience with High King Svargrim.
Do we have enough evidence to convince the King and Queen of the danger?
The Queen seemed reasonable. She'll believe us. As for Svargrim, who can tell? I haven't met the man, but everything I've heard describes him as prideful, arrogant, and hard-headed. Even with the Queen's help, there's no guarantee.
So what do we do if the High King Sovereign refuses to see us?
I'd like to knock down the palace door, grab him by the throat, and shake him until he listens. That would probably start a war, though, and Yoren specifically asked me to avoid that. For now, let's bring our evidence to Queen Gerhild.
Let's go see the High Queen.
If there's anything else we need to discuss, let's get it out of the way now, before we return to Solitude.
Why do you think that the Icereach Coven wants to turn people into Harrow Fiends?
Hey, you and Fenorian came to that conclusion, not me. Still, it makes as much sense as anything. As to why, I have no idea. Its connection to vampires, though, that's troubling. We should keep Fen away until we get into Svargrim's good graces.
Fenorian is going to seek help from a clever woman near Morthal.
A clever woman? Out here? Nords are extremely distrustful of magic, especially Nords from western Skyrim. I'm surprised the people of Morthal tolerate her presence. If anyone can help Fen figure out the Coven's ritual, though, it would be her.
Should we help them with their research?
Our priority remains getting an audience with High King Svargrim. We need to convince him that the Icereach Coven is a threat to his kingdom, and get him to help us stop them. Let's return to Solitude and present our findings to the Queen.
Alright, very well. Alright, and that is where we're going to end off for today. Thanks very much for tuning in, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the first main quest of the Dark Heart of Skyrim. We are... you can see they're really making the quest long. I mean, we started this quest at the beginning of the video, and 2 hours later we finally finished it off. Like, these quests are not joking around. So, anyways, I will see you guys next time. It'll be next week at 11:30 a.m. as always. As I decided to do a surprise stream at some point. Well, we'll see. Anyways, thank you very much, and I hope to catch you next time. Goodbye.